It's this week's office hours. We got Nate with us today. What's
What's
up,
up,
Nate?
everybody?
Why are you here? Where's Ben? Is he still cooking?
I have no idea. I think he just wanted a week off here, so I'm gonna
Okay.
sit in his place and
I heard he
riff
was
with you.
cooking burgers for everybody in
He did. We
Austin.
had a delicious lunch. We're trying to do a little bit more grilling here. I have called for a Friday grill out whenever we're here at the
Oh,
office, and I think
that sounds so
maybe
good.
that will be a little tradition that we start. It's nice.
I would love to. Mine would be like in my part of town in Houston, it'd be like a little charcoal grill in the alleyway.
Yeah, one of the ones that sits on the ground.
Yeah, I'd probably be hanging out with all the guys that I feel like are jumping in and out of my dumpster.
Or taking a shower in the water spigot on the
Oh,
other side.
you know
Although
what?
I saw they locked it
Yeah, they
last time we
locked
were
it.
there.
So no more showering. So if
Oh
you're without
man,
a shower, sorry, Houston, you can't come to the alleyway behind
yeah.
my office and
Suddenly got a
shower.
lot stinkier over there.
Eh, maybe. Um, so this is like kind of a second week back from Christmas. Last week, did you do any gigs? I'm looking at the calendar.
No, last week was pretty much just
Like get
getting,
into the office, right?
yeah, getting, prepared, kind of checking on all of our equipment. Obviously Windows updates, vMix updates, like a lot of things had updates over uh, the break that we needed to figure out and test. And so we've really been just doing a
Yeah,
lot of testing and just making sure that our systems are nice and robust for 2026.
that's awesome. So you want to tell me a little bit about what have you guys been working on?
Yeah. So this is something that I have been really, mulling over for a couple years now. And we're finally at the point where we're tipping over to doing it, and that is moving to a pretty much all IP based video distribution and trying to lessen the amount of cables and setup time and try to find some efficiencies with some of these new technologies that are more lightweight, but they're also just infinitely more flexible. They bring their own whole host of new problems that you have to figure out and troubleshoot, and we're all kind of like having to put on a computer science and IT
Because it's like
hat.
new technology or because it's like kind of
It's new
bleeding edge
technology.
technology in a sense and you guys are having to solve problems.
Yeah, it's new technology for us. We already have been doing a lot of IP based video ingestion, taking
Yeah.
in a bunch of feeds is no problem. Now we are doing the output of it. So what's being fed to the screens, to your confidence monitors, back to people in Zoom. So a lot of it is we've just been waiting for the technology to catch up for where we want to go. Now the technology is there, and so we did actually have our first gig deploying it at the beginning of the week, and
Okay.
that
Tell me
was
about it. How'd it go?
it was great. It was nice to be back on site with him. Awesome client. It was MedMal conference, so always interesting stuff. And there's a couple of surgeons and nurses and anesthesiologists who are all also lawyers.
Okay. So did it work? Did all the technology? How did
Yeah,
that go?
we had a couple no hiccups while we were live, but just in the setting up of it, learning. You can try out and test everything and try to make it as robust as you can, in a controlled environment like at our office. But there's always things you run into live, and inevitably when you're using all of this cutting edge technology, it's just like your car or your laptop or your phone or whatever. It's like the software is not perfect. There's bugs that you gotta kind of learn the bugs and work through them. And but we had it. Thankfully, we had a day ahead of time to set up. The system worked flawlessly, and I mean, it's really expanded our ability. Traditionally in the past, it's like the screens that you're seeing in the room are all tied to the DSM. They're all showing the same exact image. And
Yeah.
now we essentially have the ability to put any image on any of those screens. So it's also kind of thinking through all the
From
possibilities
one
now
computer, right? Because that's the
from
big
one
thing is,
computer.
yeah,
Yeah.
previous you would have needed either like another graphics card or a separate
Yeah.
computer.
I mean, essentially, this is making us able to do what just a few years ago would require a team of 10 people, someone running graphics, someone running video, someone running audio,
Yeah.
someone running camera, someone running the broadcast. And we're able with this technology to do all of that with 2 people.
Pretty
Um,
crazy.
it is pretty
Really
crazy.
cool.
It's really cool. It's a lot to learn. It's a
Yeah.
lot to learn. And now, none of us are network engineers. And that's what we spent a lot of time this week is really optimizing our network setups to be able to handle and appropriately route all of this traffic in the most efficient way. We ordered all of the stuff to implement the new setup that we're going to move to going forward.
That's great. Okay. And the other thing I was wondering about is like, how is the building? It's completely built out. You guys have it super clean. But has it been easy to like getting prepared for all of our events that we're doing, gigs that we're doing in January, February?
I can't even quantify how
Well, just
much
so
better it
like tell
is.
me
Like,
tell me what it was like last summer versus now, because I know
you know,
last summer you guys had to go to like, was it one or two different
well,
warehouses?
I'll start even further back than that. We
Okay,
had our
okay.
we had our last office that was in the Texas Trial Lawyers Association building
Yeah,
on
great
13th in
location.
Colorado. Amazing location, literally across the street from the Capitol. The
Yeah,
the roof there had the best view of the Capitol in all of downtown. And it was really nice to be in the building with one of our main clients that really made, doing our stuff that we need to do for them pretty seamless. And then having a studio there was great because they could just come downstairs and shoot and record what they need. But that studio was maybe a fifth or a
yeah.
quarter the
It got you
size of this
guys.
building.
It got so small for you guys. You
Yeah,
guys
I
would
mean,
have like fake drape walls up, and behind it was just filled with gear.
yeah, and I mean, a lot of times we ended up not being able to use the studio very much because the studio kind of started becoming the gear storage once we started just getting more screens and projectors and all of the AV equipment to go along with the broadcast equipment. And we had an outdoor, unclimate controlled storage in their parking garage that required like special keys from someone. So it's like if you needed something on the weekend out of there, SOL. And the other logistically challenging part of that was we were on the second floor, no service elevator there. So all of our gear had to come in and out of a regular elevator and go up a floor and then into our office.
Not fun. That was not fun. I had to do that a couple times with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we made it work for many years.
What's it like now when you unload the truck? Because you don't have to. Before you're like in this weird pa- space in the parking garage, and then having to like really
Yeah,
small carts
it's kind
up
of
an
like we
elevator.
were unloading and loading in the street next to the Capitol, right there in the mess
Parking was
of
so terrible.
session. The legislature's in session, that whole
Yeah,
area is just jam packed. Sometimes it's cut off. And then once we knew that we were moving here and Ben and Brandon bought the building.
yeah.
So during that time, we didn't have any office space. We were all just kind of working out of our homes. And then we had an offsite storage that we shared with a friend who owns a backline rental company here. So sometimes just trying to get our gear out amidst all of their gear prep, was very difficult. And just we had a pretty small space. It also was not super climate controlled. So in the summer, I would be in there in 90 plus degree humid heat,
Yeah.
building out our, packages and stuff. And you come to where we are now, where everything is for the first time ever in my almost 10 years of being here. It's in one spot. We have purpose built catwalks and runways and stuff for unloading and loading the vehicles that have already saved our backs exponentially on just trying to push stuff up really steep ramps into the vehicles. Now we have a box truck that has a lift on it that, I mean, it's just been infinitely useful since we got it. It's like the first time that we can just do what we need to do without having to run through extra logistics for it. So I mean, it's awesome, man. The efficiencies we've gained are going to make the stuff that has been more difficult in past years a lot easier.
Yeah. So are you excited? Because I know you were just telling me you're gonna have to travel. Basically, you'll be gone for like 6 weeks. It sounds like kind of like end of
Well,
January, come back for a little bit, then you go back out in February, then come back, then go back out.
Yes, we'll have our big quilting convention, QuiltCon, towards the end of February. And
Yeah.
it just so happens that QuiltCon, our Wilderness Medical Society conference, and our big Halliburton shoots,
Yeah.
all of which are happening in completely different parts of the country, are all happening and overlapping at the same time. So that's been fun to figure out the staffing and where everything needs to go. But yeah, me, Ben, and Brandon will be kind of going from one gig and flying right into somewhere else to the other. So I think for that one, be gone for 12 days, which will definitely be by a long shot the longest I've had to be gone yet. 2 back-to-back weeks we are in Houston after that. We're working on shipping logistics, to try to figure out what's the best way to get our gear to these other places without us having to physically drive stuff everywhere.
Okay. Well, I'm excited that you get to be in Houston. That means I'll get to hang out with you guys.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's also that Astros game that I have plugged into our, work calendar, in
Opening day,
late April,
close to
that
opening day.
yeah, that we, should go to.
Okay. I know I've been kind of losing my mind about the Texans doing so well this season, and I've been like, could I afford to go to the Super Bowl? I don't think I
Dude,
can, but I might have to take out a loan or something because I'm like,
I
this is incredible.
I have been thinking the same thought, if only for my dad, who was a Houston Oilers fan from day one,
Yeah,
been a diehard Texans fan and, just Houston. So, I don't know, I've
yeah,
been thinking about that for my dad too. I'm like, "Man, if Texans go to the Super Bowl." My dad is in his early 70s, the chances of getting to see them go back to another Super Bowl are low.
yeah. Yeah, I get to come see you in, I guess, is it next week? The week
Ye
after in
yeah,
Austin because we're doing it'll be fun. It's a new client. We're doing a broadcast out of a school. And so I
yeah.
know it's like in downtown Austin, right?
Yeah, I haven't actually seen the location myself yet. Ben and Brandon went earlier this week to go on a, walkthrough for it and check it out. I really enjoy doing the more intense productions and having to think a little bit harder and use
Well,
a little bit more of the skills.
what I really appreciate about this gig is that we were able to kind of guide them through and give them like best practices,
Yeah.
from all of our experience. I appreciate that they allowed us to do that. And I'm excited because they're trying to tell people about their school. So they're going to do a live broadcast, and while they're doing that, they're going to have a live Q&A for each of the schools that you could enroll at, and they'll have people from those schools talking to the parents. And then we're able to like we'll do some like cool camera moves and cool storytelling techniques in the broadcast. So I'm just like, this is going to be really fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, man. I'm just excited to do something new and to work with another new client. And I feel like
Yeah.
we have a decent amount of success already at doing this style of production. And I think all of us have been wanting to do more of these styles of production. So it's like anything else. I mean, it's kind of why I went into a job like this. Is I've just never been a person who like could sit at a desk do the same job every day, day after day. And so having the ability to kind of wake up in a new world every week and do something different with a different client. But then there's also the cool part that all of our clients are so long term that you build these very deep relationships, with them. And so it's like all of these people kind of become like your friends and your family, and they know your family and you know their family. One of the things I love the most about this job is all of the meaningful relationships I get to build with so many people who I would have never met. You just get to learn a lot and meet a lot of really cool people. And it's,
Yeah.
it's fun to do that throughout the year.
Well, that's pretty cool. All right. It's start of the year. Everyone does resolutions. I haven't done a resolution podcast yet, so you have to be
All right.
beginning. But are there any new skills or new things you're going to try and learn this year? Do you do resolutions?
You know, yeah,
I personally
yeah.
don't. So
I would say at the maybe I don't do like I'm gonna go to the gym 4 times a week style,
yeah,
resolution, but I do each year try to give myself a new set of things that I want to learn how to do, or just push our skills. And I think all of us right now are really focused on our networking skills. We've been talking about it for the last couple years, and trying to just figure out where to slot it in. But um, a few of us are talking about getting several levels of Dante certification, even though we're not using Dante audio wise. But they have their own video over IP protocol that we want to explore. And the Cisco certification stuff, has some application to what we're doing, but is not. It's more for like enterprise network building. But actually, Blake turned us on to like a broadcast engineering, network certification, which unfortunately doesn't have a class to go with it. You kind of got to get the material and study on your own. So we're trying to figure out how we can essentially find a week where we can like build our own class here and all learn and work together and then take the test to get the network certifications, where we're very specifically focusing on optimizing networks for the production environment. I would say that's the main thing on my plate this year, is just to keep getting deeper on my understanding of networking. Because already we show up to most hotels and our base level networking knowledge is above what most of the hotel staff is, especially because most of the
Yeah, there's
AV
not
companies and
usually
stuff,
an
like,
IT guy on.
yeah, a lot of hotels have moved away from it, and it's all,
Yeah, it's like someone offsite.
support, yeah, from offsite. So trying
Yeah,
to have a
cool to
better
know.
level of what I'm doing and what we need and how to communicate with those support folks, is just going to be really beneficial. What
Yeah.
about you?
I'm really excited when we get this system to manage our gear that like
Yeah,
set up, because I know that it has a CRM in it. And so since I have a lot of follow up and a lot of like talking to people as part of my job, I think that'll be really useful. I think it'll help me
for sure.
stay connected with people in a better way. So
I'm
I'm
very excited about that too, man. That's for us managing inventory, and it's like right now every job that goes out, I am manually calculating between spreadsheets how much gear we have, what's going out where, and then having to keep pretty granular track of all of that. And it'll be so nice to just like have a package, plug it into a job, have that automatically tell me what is not available in our system so that I know what we need to rent, and all that kind of stuff,
yeah.
as well as a keeping track of just like a repository of all of the awesome contractors that we work with throughout the year. Just having
I
a
can't
more
wait till we have
one
barcodes
place
on
for that.
everything.
Yeah. And that's what we're still trying to figure out, like
I
how
just want a laser
granular.
gun, Nick.
Yeah.
I was kidding.
Well, it won't be a laser gun, it'll be all from your phone.
No.
Yeah, it'll be,
Oh no.
it'll mostly probably be a phone-based system, but we're also trying to figure out just how granular we want to get with that. Like, do we wanna barcode every single piece of equipment that we have, or do we want to kind of build a package-based, system where, things and inventory kind of go out as packages.
That's cool. I can't wait to find out what you guys decide to do.
Yeah. Well, what about anything that's on your resolution that is not work related, like personal life?
Um, I have a son who's a junior in high school, so it's not my resolution, but I have to support him as he figures out this summer which schools he wants to apply to college.
Man,
So
that's so far away for me and my kids. I don't want to think about it. It's crazy that you're already there. Time
don't
time
think
goes
about
by
it.
fast,
No,
man.
you should think about it. You should think about all
Start a
those things.
savings account now.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have a, yeah? Get that 529 going or
Yep.
something. Get some kind of Bitcoin.
I'm collecting music gear
Oh, there
in
you go.
hopes that it appreciates.
Well, anyways, last question. What drinks are you and Emily drinking? It's January. Are you guys doing dry January? Do you guys do dry January?
We don't really drink alcohol, at least that much as it is, so I'd say most months end up being a relatively dry month for us. But I don't know. Emily has been liking this ginger beer. It's like a hibiscus ginger beer bourbon. cocktail from time to time. Yeah, we've had a couple of those to start the year, but nothing crazy. We went on a trip to Durango for Christmas, and
Yeah.
man, the mountain people drink alcohol a lot. I was like, man, I cannot keep up with all these people. So we did a hefty amount of drinking on that trip, way more than usual. So I've just pretty much had no desire since
Since then.
being back. I'm like, I've got to take a sabbatical for a while.
Yeah, our drink is like so I've been drinking a lot of tea, a lot of green tea lately. I don't know why. It's just been so delicious. And then Sarah has been doing like a mocktail with pomegranate juice
Yum,
and some cherries and then some sparkling water. That's been pretty good. So,
yum,
yeah.
yum, yum.
Sometimes I'll throw a little rum in there, but not usually. Because she's doing dry January.
You know how it goes. It's like I'm at home with a 4.5 year old and a almost 1 year old now, and then
Hey,
it's
give me a
like,
break. You're not drinking anything.
yeah, I mean, it's not. We're not going out doing social stuff, really. That's outside of our kids, stuff that's going on, which usually ends up being pretty early in the day. So it's not like you're out there cracking a beer at 10 a.m. at a kid's
If you
4 year
have
old's
any
birthday
free
party.
time, I'm sure you're just like, I want to go to sleep, or I want to catch up on a show, or I want to just sit in the quiet.
Honestly, I spend most of my time in my music studio at home. I'm working on a pretty intense multimedia music hybrid system where I can take any type of live stream or music show in or media in and not only jam with it and flip it musically in real time, but also I have camera shots and visualizers and lighting and laser rig that everything's getting pumped through. So I spend a lot of time just working on the development of that with the end goal of hopefully doing some cool multimedia multiverse Twitch streams at some point in time this year.
Well, maybe sometime you can take our intro and flip it and remix it and then give it back to us, and we can have the.
Yeah, yeah, it would be fun. It would be very psychedelic looking with all of the generative visualizer stuff that I'm using. But it would look pretty cool.
That'd be awesome. All right. Well, good catching up with you, Nate.
Yeah, man. Always good to talk with you, dude, and I'm looking forward to getting to hang out in person week after next.
All right. Good work. Good talking to you. Good luck.
Let's go Texans. I love that both my teams I can throw up the horns for. Let's go.
That's right. We're a horn state. All right.
All
Later.
right, later, man.